You're scrolling through endless TV options, trying to find something that won't feel like a gamble, something that actually lives up to the hype, fits into your daily routine, and doesn't drain your wallet after a few months of awesome marketing. That hesitation is real, especially when you're eyeing an 83-inch screen that promises OLED EVO, AI-powered processing, and a higher refresh rate gaming mode. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I first heard about a TV that big, my mind went straight to the practical questions. Will it look good in a typical living room, or will it dominate the space like a billboard? How easy is it to get from the box to the wall without turning my whole setup into a project? And, perhaps most importantly, will the picture quality stay impressive after a few months of binge watching, gaming, and the occasional sports night? Those are the concerns that keep most shoppers up at night, and the ones I tried to answer before hitting record. Let's talk about the OLED83C5PUA's core promise, a massive 83-inch OLED EVO display. In real life, that size translates into a viewing experience that feels cinematic without needing a dedicated home theater room. I set it up in a medium-sized family lounge, about 10 feet from the primary seating. The screen fills your field of view without forcing you to crane your neck, and the deep blacks that OLED is known for give movies a genuine sense of depth. Watching a drama with low-light scenes, the shadows stayed truly black instead of muddy gray, which is something you notice instantly when you're sharing the couch with kids who love animated shows that rely on vivid contrast. The AI-powered processor is another claim that can sound vague until you put it to the test. I ran a few streaming services, Netflix, Disney+, and a 4K HDR YouTube channel back-to-back. The TV handled the different sources without the usual flicker or lag when switching apps. More interestingly, the upscaling algorithm did a decent job when I tossed a 1080p sitcom into the mix. The picture got sharper, colors looked more saturated, and you didn't feel like you were watching a lower resolution feed on a giant screen. For anyone who isn't constantly feeding 4K native content, that upscaling helps keep the experience consistent. Gaming was the part one was most curious about because the high refresh rate marketing sounds great on paper, but it can be a letdown if input lag or motion handling is off. I connected a next-gen console and cranked the settings to 120 Hz. The TV responded with minimal input lag, hardly noticeable even in fast-paced shooters. Motion blur stayed under control during a racing game, and the OLED's instant pixel response eliminated the ghosting you sometimes see on LCD panels. If you're a serious gamer who wants a large canvas without sacrificing competitive performance, this model checks that box. Now, let's address the hidden trade-offs. First, the sheer size means you need a wall that can support the weight and dimensions. The stand is sturdy, but most owners will want to mount it. That adds extra cost for a wall mount kit and possibly professional installation, which can push the total spend beyond the sticker price. Second, OLED panels, while delivering unmatched contrast, can be prone to burn-in if static elements linger for hours on end. I tested a news channel with a persistent ticker for a couple of hours, and the TV's built-in pixel shift feature kicked in, subtly moving the image to mitigate risk. For most typical viewing habits, it's not a deal-breaker, but heavy-use scenarios like a gaming stream with static HUD elements could be a consideration. Who should buy this? If you already have a spacious room, love the cinematic feel of a massive screen, and regularly watch high-quality content, whether that's 4K movies, HDR streaming, or modern console games, this TV offers a genuine upgrade over a standard 4K LCD. Families that gather for movie nights, gamers looking for an immersive playground, and tech enthusiasts who appreciate AI-driven picture tuning will get the most out of the feature set. It also suits viewers who don't mind investing a bit more upfront for the combination of size and OLED quality. Who should skip it? If you live in a small apartment where a wall can't accommodate an 83-inch display, the TV will feel overwhelming and may dominate the space. Renters who can't drill into walls or who need a portable setup should look at a smaller, possibly LED-based model. Also, if your viewing habits consist mainly of static content like a home office monitor, digital signage, or a TV that will display a news ticker all day, the risk of burn-in outweighs the benefits. Lastly, if you're on a strict budget, the cost of the TV plus mounting hardware could push you into a range where a 65-inch OLED or a high-end QLED might give you similar picture quality for less square footage. Practical strengths shine through in everyday use. The AI upscaler keeps older shows looking decent, the high refresh rate makes sports and fast action feel smooth, and the smart TV platform is intuitive enough that you won't need a separate streaming box.